Hey there, Stampin' friends. Happy Wednesday. Time for another What's She Making? And today we are gonna use our Nature's Prints stamp set with the Natural Prints dies. And we're gonna use our crumb cake to create this fun tone-on-tone card. And we're gonna do a fun technique stamping on some ribbon. So let's get started. Okay, so first thing is we are gonna have a thick basic white card base. This one is cut to open the long way. We're gonna use some crumb cake and some basic white, regular basic white scraps. So let's get started. Let me open up our crumb cake here. And we are gonna start, and the stamps that we're gonna use in here, we're gonna use this fun leaf here, we're gonna use the fern, this little sprig, and we'll use our hello there. So first we're gonna start with our fern. So we've got that on there. I always put some grid paper on my surface, so that way if I stamp off the page or need to stamp off to make a lighter image, it doesn't get on my desk. So let's stamp these ferns. So we're gonna create a fun background using our fern here. So all I'm doing is inking it up and just kind of stamping these ferns kind of all over. This way, if you don't have designer series paper, you can kind of make your own there. Okay, let's put a little bit here at the top, and there we have our fun, easy background, right? Okay, so we'll put that aside, and then we're gonna stamp our fun, I don't even know what you call this, but leaf image. And we're gonna use crumb cake for this as well. It's the only color we're using today. Make sure we've got that all inked up. And we're just gonna stamp that down. There we go. Put that aside. And we're gonna bring in, let me move our crumb cake out. We're gonna bring in the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine here. And we are going to die cut, so using our die cuts. And I like to use a tiny bit of washi tape on here. It just kind of helps hold it in place. We're just gonna put this onto our machine. We're gonna line it up. The tape is sticking, there we go. We're gonna put the plate right over it. And we're just gonna run this through our die cut machine. Okay, and then what's so fun is the magic of the die cutting machine is now that cuts out just how we want it. And while we have our machine here, we pull that back in, we're gonna take our other scrap of basic white. And one of the dies that I really love in this set is this great sentiment frame. So we're gonna use that. This one doesn't need tape. We'll just put this right on top and run it right through. There we go. Okay, so now we have our sentiment. How professional do those die cuts make everything look, right? Okay, and then on this sentiment, in the middle here, we're gonna stamp our hello there. So we'll ink that up in our crumb cake. Just gonna stamp that right in the middle. And you can see I got a little bit of extra that I probably don't want there, but it's okay. I'm gonna show you how to fix that. So let me close up. Oh no, we're gonna need that here in a minute. Okay, so our next piece that we're gonna do is we're gonna start putting this together. So here we have our basic white, thick basic white card base. I'm gonna use the Stampin' Seal Plus today to adhere everything. And so before we do that, we're gonna cut some of our ribbon. So any of our natural ribbon will work for this. I love stamping on ribbon, so we're just gonna cut this, and we want it about 1 inch or so past our crumb cake. Okay, so now we're gonna take this time we're gonna use our little sprig here. We're gonna ink this in the same crumb cake. And this one, we're just gonna kind of stamp kind of left, right, to give this print of this fun sprig. Okay, so now you can see it printed directly onto our ribbon. So it kind of turns your ribbon into a whole new world of ribbon, right? Okay, so now let's put everything together. So we're gonna take our Stampin' Seal Plus. I like the Plus, it's a little bit stronger, so it's really great to hold ribbon. So we're just gonna put a line there, and we are just gonna put our ribbon right down. And then I flip it over and do the same thing on the other side, and then just stick the sides of the ribbon down to the card. Then we'll take our base and we'll put our Stampin' Seal Plus. Makes for fast attaching, right? Okay, so we'll go ahead and put that right down. There we go. Okay, and then we're gonna take our leaf print, and for this I'm going to attach it with dimensionals, and we have 2 sizes of dimensionals. We have the minis and the regular. So for this one I'm going to use the minis because we have kind of these intricate little leaf pieces, and so the big ones are a tad big. You could cut them in half as well, but I like to use the minis. They're also a little bit thinner, so they don't give you quite the thickness of pop, especially if you're gonna pop multiple layers. And we'll just go ahead and peel the backings right off. Get them off, one more, okay. And then we'll go ahead and attach that right there. On our sentiment, we're going to use the regular dimensionals for this one. We'll peel the backings right off of those. And we'll attach this right towards the bottom. And then every card needs some bling, right? So for this, I use the pastel sequins, the gold colored ones from this. And so remember that little boo-boo we made down here? Well, easy fix to cover it up is just to add a bling gem to it, right? And then we'll just put a couple more. Can put it on the ribbon even. And then there you have the front of our card. And we always like to do something on the inside, right? So we're gonna put a little sprig on the inside. So we'll just open this up, finish our crumb cake off. The little sprig here, kind of coming off the page. And then there you have it. Our easy peasy Nature's Prints Stampin' on Some Ribbon card.